Let's start with the main thing. The game about the man-eating shark evokes a lot of emotion. Who would have thought most of this emotion are positive? The fact of low expectation in the case of the game of the overseas studio Tripwire Interview worked almost perfectly. We have before us Maneater, the main pleasant surprise from the world of the video games for all the past unhappy month of spring 2020. It is impossible to perceive the game without violent emotions, but the first news about the development of Maneater did not inspire at all. I imagined a bloody trash about shark, clumsy and superficial, which delight only underrated kid with literal or virtual blood. Yes, Maneater does not claim to be a revelation, but the game fortunately did not become stupid for 15 minutes of gameplay. The first confusion for skeptic we started in this genre affiliate of the American novelty, 3D arcade, only partly, third-person action, closer, action RPG, the defense feels best. Shark has no freedom in making important scenario decisions, but the other mechanics of the role-playing genre are easy to find, and let the developer somewhere not pull it off, not finished and could not come close to the world's his. The attempt is credited, the attempt is considered a success. The creator of Maneater constantly reminds about RPG direction. The world of the game is great, and you can embark on a long gastronomic journey, tasting any animal. The number of activities is not so great, but do not be bored. Geocaches, bonuses, local predators, and the density of the underwater population will give the opportunity to distract from the plot. Additional missions are also enough. Food they are pretty standard, find, kill, eat, but this content is not superfluous. And all because our shark is constantly growing and evolving. You just need to eat properly. Our fish progress is fast and continuous, and that's another adventure of Maneater. The shark grows in every sense of the word. The body grows in size and grip of the jaws becomes more and more lethal. And now, on the third hour of play, the cheeky alligators from which recently had run away shamefully, themselves trying to escape reprisal. It gets better from here, but accumulating valuable nutrients we gain access to active improvements of our predator is essentially a matter of rolling packs from the standard RPG. Only here they are decorated as enlarging lips, and if at first we can improve the sonar, stolen by designer of the game from the dolphins, work exactly like the echo in game Assassin, then further there is an opportunity to mold a shark of a supernatural monster. After improving decision and other modding abilities, we are given access to electric jaws, bone armor, and other unrealistic upgrades. The game is dynamic. The game is fast paces. It put out the trump card without delay and all at once. And this is only goes in favor of Maneater. The developers otherwise would simply tire you with a monotony and a lot of grind. But it's hard to get tired of Maneater. You can pass it in 3 evenings and have fun as a result, because this evening won't be boring. We advance our careers as an orc in the underwater fort, sticking out sometimes a curious shark's nose into the land realms of humans, and here we should note the competent work with 3-dimensional perspective. We move in any direction, far-wing sticking out a triangular fin, the ocean surface, diving into a deep shaft of a emergency reactor, or jumping out the water a few meters. The expanse and depth in the game are really interesting and comfortable to explore. No corridors of our predators are embracing. The open world is Maneater work just as it should. It gives a sense of freedom, and in our case also the excitement of a power predator. The combat system at first seems cluttered and uncomfortable, but then the player gets sucked in, it begins to apply sensibility and sensibility to the abilities of the shark. It is not enough just to poke the button responsible for the bite. In the turmoil of battle, to keep a close eye on the enemy, because the huge pike may suddenly be not only behind but also on the top or below. If you manage to get a firm grip on the enemy's side, the button must be held to flutter the victim like a terrier rat. If the alligator squeezes you firmly in its jaws, you can break free by twisting the mouse or gamepad stick. and no cheesy auto-targeting. Well, if you want to please the hunters by jumping behind the board of the board, you have to calculate the jump accordingly. In the end, we see an accomplished but rather tense fight with pies and tail kicks. It comes out fresh and enraging. The main thing when getting a square with a AAA Studios game is not to expect an expensive and polished blockbuster. The flaws are not hard to find. The game really lacks an unified style. It starts like a good movie. A sadistic fisherman appears in the frame and gives almost a Tarantino-like monologue about the meaning of his cruel life. Then the opening credits go with a driving song. The Hollywood approach gathers momentum. We tune into a story about a struggle to preserve two underwater inhabitants, a Robin Hood saga with kills. But then our fish start a gobble up innocent burgers near the beach, or a voice-over narration about the benefits of protein of the growing shark. And it's National Geographic, so I want to call my daughter, her 5th grader, and let her learn about biology. And suddenly we are offered to improve the shark's jaws to a poisonous electric trap. It begins to seem that the developer had not to decide when they want to do with their project. Colorful pieces of the game content are sometimes stitches with erode white threads. But the jokes and the light mood of Maneater are alright. Connoisseurs of mass culture will appreciate the reverence of famous works. For example, the quest with eating license plates at the bottom of the sea says hello to Jaws by Spielberg. Remember the scene with the decision of the shark? And in the description of the quest come across little masterpiece. A pack of barracudas cycles near the city dump, where they sat on a diet of syringes and used pregnancy tests. You won't faint with laughter, but you are guaranteed a smile. In addition, Maneater does not look bad at all. The Unreal Engine 4 is good hands. Particularly great looks work with colors, each large location has its own visual mood, and floating at night along the city line. You are sure to enjoy the activities. Special kudos for the amount of detail of the maps. In the underwater go-to that becomes our refuge, you can take a long, enjoyable look at various garbage of human origin, from caravans to plastic loaves flamingos, and the music isn't bad either. The John Williams theme from the aforementioned Jaws would have sounded cool at all, but the quiet guitar riffs are good too. Maneater is worthy of a 10 for fun of open world games, action RPG and uncontroversial gameplay mechanics. The developers did not manage to keep the same style and trend of their project, but the result is able to please every gamer, except for the finicky and snobs.